welcome to the show. And tonight we're coming from...
We're coming from Metros in the city, and we're celebrating the second birthday of Channel 31 Access Television.
And we got a lot of stories, but I tell you what, we're going to be talking to some of the other providers and some of the people who have come tonight. Of course, I got Action Man James and...
the guy, the name escapes me. Wayne? Wayne? Wayne. The old man. Oh, there's nothing wrong with age. There's a lot of that in here tonight, so don't worry.
Age, I don't know. As we always say, let's get the balls and all rolling. And we're going to be wandering around. But Wayne, you were just about to catch up.
With who?
With the guy who
Three
just wandered
syllables
away from you.
Yes, people do that a lot. I try to bathe.
Follow me, because we're going to wander right in here and talk to Mr. Mike Gord. Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm going terrific. This is a great show already tonight. Looking forward to a terrific evening. Yeah.
And he's only had half a glass, so he's doing well. Now you're on the other side of the fence. How's everything going there?
Well, Moose, I got to say, it's a bit difficult in opposition, but it has its advantages. It has its advantages. You get a bit more of a life, a bit more playtime, a bit more...
Because you're now looking after the arts?
Yeah, I've got the arts and the culture, which is great, and I'm the Shadow Minister for Health. So I've got to wake up tomorrow healthy, so not too many of these.
Well, not many people say I'm very healthy, but they do say I'm some kind of an artist. I don't know what that means. Something to do with cows.
Well, is there an adjective before the artist? Okay, well, you're looking pretty fit.
Oh, yeah, fat.
Okay, all right. Nice talking to you, man.
No worries. Take care. Take care. And now we got a guy here from Panasonic. How you going, mate?
Very well. How are you?
Good. What are you doing here tonight?
Well, I'm enjoying the hospitality of Access 31, which is fine. I'm quite happy to do that.
Yeah, one of our extended family on Access 31 and balls and all. So how's everything going so far tonight?
It's been entirely enjoyable with a bunch of marvellous people keeping up company with people like yourself.
That's right. Well, going from one prince coming across here to a princess. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hi, Moose. I'm fine, thanks.
And, of course, this is the princess. And tell us about your show.
My show is called Kids Kingdom, and it's a children's television show, so it's mainly for children between about the ages of 4 to 7, 8 years.
And it's gone pretty good, because you just started recently, didn't you?
That's right. We've actually already completed one season with the show, and very soon we'll have our second season coming out, so we're aiming to do that around about the next school holidays.
Now, you started off reading the weather, of course.
That's right. I started off as the Friday weather girl.
And, of course, you saw the potential. And what do you say to other people out there who might have the idea to put together a TV show?
Well, basically, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
We're getting pushed around. Really, she's squeezing up close to me.
I'm trying to get nice and close.
And what do you say to people out there who want to maybe do a TV show?
I think it's really not that difficult. You really just have to plan and be organised and sort of really know what you want to achieve and...
get a good crew behind you.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I've seen, of course, many times when you're first starting, all the problems and everything that was happening there, but you're rocking and rolling now.
I know, it was so terrible at the start, just basic technical problems that I had no idea how to fix, and no one seemed to help me.
Well, everyone's there for you and doing well. Thanks, darling.
Thanks, Chris.
Take care. Have a good night. Have a good night. How you going, bloke? How you going, mate? Geez, I tell you what, let's turn around right here. I tell you what, if that's not a Steve Dinkum outfit, I don't know.
I'm here to make a statement, and the statement is that I'm looking forward to reaching puberty.
Oh, are you? They say if you don't use it, it grows back,
Is that right? I thought mine fell off a long time ago. I haven't even looked for it.
All the best. Have a good night. Have a good night. Okay, we're going to be bringing you a lot more of what's going on here around the centres. You can see everyone's here. The drums are playing. The natives are restless. So we're going to send you to a story. Part 2, we did a couple weeks back with young Michael Peet, and a big hello to Nigel.
Who did we do the stories with?
We did them with Nigel Peet.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Nigel.
And our light's just gone out, so let's go have a look at the story. Okay, everyone, well, here we are down in the weights room here, and I've got Mike's dad, Nigel. Hi, Nigel, how are you?
Good, Moose. Yourself?
Good. Now, tell us, Nigel's going to do an exercise here, and you got some interesting information, so get to work, lad. We're going to have a look at what he's doing. Now, explain what he's actually going to be doing here and why he's got the two different weights.
Okay, Michael, as you've said, has got cerebral palsy.
his problem is with the left side of his body. And if you just compare, the different muscles on the left side are weaker than the right. With Michael, his left arm, when he does a bicep curl, that only has 40% of the strength of his right arm. And so that's obviously a great big difference. Michael's doing a bicep curl there of only 3 kilos with a sand weight. Now, to have the same percentage lift for his right side, Michael has to lift 10.5 kilos on his right side. So that's a big difference for people to lift. Most people would be a kilo or so difference between their left and right side. Once again with Michael, this is something that affects his balance and his coordination. So we're trying to increase the strength on his left side while maintaining the strength on his right.
Okay, so he's actually got to use... And what about his legs and all that? Is it the same situation? He's got different strengths on the left side to the right?
Definitely. He's got different strengths, between 60 and 67% difference in strength between the different muscle groups on the left side compared to the right. As you can see, this is a big difference, 10.5 kilos to 3 kilos, just the actual size there. So you can see that there is a marked difference in Michael's left and right side.
Fantastic. So now something else you mentioned to me before when we were off camera is that Michael actually took some strength tests and all that, and could you explain what that all is?
Yeah, we tested Michael's different muscles to see how weak the left side was to the right side. The biceps, his shoulders, the front of his legs, the back of his legs, and then we worked out the percentages. From there we can get a more accurate idea of where Michael's weaknesses are and where his strengths are, and try and build up, or trying to reduce the weaknesses by building up the strengths. Obviously the left side.
And you mentioned also that he did some, like he received a certificate 1 as a level 1, or could you explain that again?
WACE does testing throughout the schools in WA, and last year he did what was called Phase 1 testing. Michael received a certificate after that saying that they were pleased with his results, and they wanted him to come out to Perry Lakes to do Phase 2 testing. We sent his paperwork in and said that he had cerebral palsy, plus all the different awards and his performances. We then received a phone call saying that because he had a disability, he wasn't going to be able to go anywhere in WACE. They let him go down and do the testing, which we're happy of, but it was a bit disappointing saying that there was no development there for disabled athletes.
So even though he's got all this potential and all that, there was basically there's no kind of help for him financially or whatever, or training wise?
Unfortunately, with disabled athletes, even though we are the best in the world, we won the Paralympics, very limited funding. Most of the people in all the disabled sports have to do all the funding and the training themselves.
So with Michael, let's say, of course there's some people out there say, let's help him, let's get behind him. How did they go about it? Because there's obviously a lot of other athletes just in the same boat as Michael that are chasing funds, and how does someone go about helping Michael out?
Well, if anyone would like to donate or offer any type of support, you can contact Robin Torrey at the Cerebral Palsy Association. Her phone number is 94430211, and if you ring her up, Robin can provide you with more information and also contact us.
Fantastic. So the next big goal is off to the Paralympics and all that. And how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm just going to try my best. Train. I'll never slack off during training, and I'm just going to try my best. And hopefully, if I won't get there, I'll just know at least I've tried something, and at least I've given everything I've got.
Well, I reckon you're going to do it, and it would be really nice to see the big gold medal when you actually return. So you still got about 3 years to go? How long to go?
3 years to go. Yep, 3 years.
So twice a day, 6 hours a day, 6 days a week in here pumping. So this is something that's always amazed me with Olympians and people like that. They just are so dedicated, and so obviously from us, we're right behind you. Is there anyone you'd like to say thanks to? Of course, Mum and Dad, because they've done such a great job, as I can see.
Yeah, apart from Mum and Dad for being such great supporters, I'd just like to thank Rob and Tori as well for setting up my funds and all this, and all the people that have donated to me. Thank you very much. Without this, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere where I am now.
And great West Australians, you can see. So, you know, we've got all the other great West Australians, and right here's one in front of you. And someone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank everyone who supported us, Rob and Tori, of course, everyone out in the public who's donated and offered their support. One other thing, when Michael goes to Nottingham for the World Championships, he's actually competing in the open age category against adults, not against 15 or 16-year-olds. Wow. He's qualified for and is competing as an open age competitor.
Fantastic. So you really got your work ahead of you, but you seem as if you relish it, though. It's like you say, well, there's the goal. I'm going to just keep aiming for it, or aim for here. Is that more or less the way you look at everything?
Yes, when I see a goal, I'm going to try and aim one step better, so I know I'm definitely going to achieve my goal once I get there, yeah.
Well, I hope you do. Thanks for talking to us.
That's okay.
And good luck, and congratulations, Dad, too, and to Sonia as well for all the work. Your brother and sisters are obviously behind you as well. Where did you say you actually go to school at?
Servite College.
We used to teach gridiron there a long time ago. You want to say good day to everyone there?
Yeah, you can go over at Servite College. Hey, John.
There you go. All right. Well, that's a great West Australian legend right here, soon to be gold medal holder from the Paralympics. And ring that number and get behind them, and help Michael and Nigel and all the gang out, because certainly a good, worthy cause.
That was a wonderful story. Thanks a lot, and I hope you do really well in the future. With the heart's in it and the desire, you'll get there in the end. Now we're speaking with Gavin from Flicktease. How you going, buddy?
How you doing?
Really good. And Ian, the producer of Flicktease, how are you?
Yeah, very fine. Having a good night. Thanks.
And tell me what's coming up in Flicktease world.
Well, actually, we'll come up to our 50th show, so I think we'll have a studio audience, big show coming up soon, so stay tuned.
Get the Balls and All crew there to run amok?
Absolutely. You guys are invited.
And what kind of movies are coming up in the next few weeks that people can say, oh, cool, I want to hear about it?
Well, one that you'll like is Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon you'd like that one.
It should be there now.
It's a big budget, spectacular season, Planet of the Apes remake, Rollerball remake, so some big movies. Yeah.
Have you heard much? I think The Lord of the Rings is coming out at the end of the year.
Well, I think December, yeah, which could be anything, couldn't it? Could be a smash hit or a smash flop. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah. And Ian, what was the idea? Obviously, it's a movie reviewing show. What was the main drive to, I suppose, get it on air?
I think a few people with a real passion for movies and just giving something a go. And our volleyball team was really getting a bit bad, so I thought it was about time we swapped over.
Be great. Yeah.
No worries,
We're live here.
We're live.
I don't know what else is going to happen. We're just going to walk around and see who we talk to. You never know who you get in here. Every once in a while, you get your old boss from 6PR. Jim Baird. How you doing, Jim?
Good, thank you, mate. How are you, Wayne? All right?
Really good. Now, if you could tell us a little bit about your current venture now, what you're doing now at the 6PR?
At 6PR, I'm not. I'm now with Western Australian Business News as their sales manager.
Oh, excellent. Now, this guy is a great boss, so anybody wants to work for this guy, his number is 0055. No, just kidding. Now, how'd you get involved with that?
Well, I was looking for a new career, shall we say. So that opportunity came up and I took it.
Oh, excellent. Now, he also has two great sons, and it's all happening here. So we're going to go out and go to a break.
Hi everybody, welcome back. We're still in the bar, which is a very unusual place to find anyone from Balls and All. And right here behind me is Mr. Bill McGuinness. Hi Bill, how are you?
Hello Moose, it's great to see you tonight.
Yeah, and you gave it Balls and All in your speech?
Yes, it was the very last words of my speech, you know. Now we're...
How are you tonight?
Hi Moose, I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
Good, good. How's everything going with you?
Well, we're in recess at the moment till the British soccer season starts again in August, but just relaxing a bit.
I just grabbed him because I saw he was trying to run away. Now, we saw you phoning in, telling us all about the FA Cup. Some of us have a theory what FA stands for, but could you tell us?
It officially stands for Football Association.
Oh, great.
There are several other interpretations, but in our context, Football Association.
And you went over and had a great time?
It's a lot of hard work, actually. We covered like about 900 miles in a week, which is a hell of a lot for the UK. But
especially driving around English roads.
Oh, yeah. Well, Graham White was doing the driving, and I think he got a couple more grey hairs by the end of the week.
I don't know anything about grey. I dye him grey because you pick up more chicks that way. Bill knows all about that. Now, Bill, year 2 for Access 31. How's it going?
Well, money's still tight as ever, but actually we're through the worst of it now. We really had to hang on by our fingernails, and now things are starting to turn, and we're really looking at more local content and more experimentation in programming and really getting more Western Australians involved in the TV medium.
So does that mean we're going to see more pornography or what?
Oh, no, I don't think so. We're always going to be a little more controversial than other stations because we aim at small minorities and giving, and the aim is to give them their favorite hour or two of television a week. Yeah. We don't just do things that most people can tolerate, but it's mediocre. We got a different programming philosophy, and we're local.
That's right, damn right. And now the other thing too that a lot of people, because I know a lot of people are always saying, how do we get your show in the country areas? Well, there's something new in the air that might be happening soon for the country viewers.
Yes, well, the state government is giving us access to their downtime for their satellite service. Now, there's still a bit of a funding gap.
There'd be quite a bit of that, though, wouldn't there, for sorry, we're talking about government.
It's about, well, we're talking about nights and weekends. And we're happy to provide our programming, and the Westlink satellite service is available through those times to distribute it. But there are a few minor funding issues yet, and we're trying to work those through with government. But it would be a great opportunity.
Fantastic for the country people too.
Well, that's right. I mean, all we're doing is reacting to being approached by lots of different country shires saying, can we have community TV? And we're saying, yes, if you can get it there. So,
well, we're getting it all the time, so it's good. If anyone is recording this show, like we've been saying, then the people down in Collie and everybody down in Albany who pick us up sometimes, you hear that? You'll be able to get us nice and crisp and clear soon.
We'll do everything we can to get there, but we do need a little help yet.
Yeah. So send in your gold coins now. Is that the deal?
No, that's right. That's right. We could always use a bit more support. We're a non-profit.
Become a friend of Access 31.
That's right. That's the best way to do it.
That's right.
Or a sponsor.
Or a sponsor, yeah. If you got lots. Anyway, both. Okay, thanks a lot, Bill, for that.
Thank you, Moose.
No worries.
Congratulations on your recent award, too. Your national.
We aim for number 2 soon, too. Okay, well, everyone, here we are at the big party, Access 31's second birthday. And thank you for joining us, as we always say. The drums are beating still in the background. I don't know what's going on. The natives are restless. Here's one of them right here. If there's anyone more restless than this, I wouldn't know. Go away, young man. Okay, let's go to a story that Wayne actually did recently at the Model Museum. And we were talking to people about their planes. Let's have a look at that story.
Well, everybody, we are now at an aviation museum in Bull Creek, and I'm here talking with Al Clark, one of the curators. How you doing, Al?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing just peachy. Thank you very much. Now, can you tell us a little bit about this museum?
Okay, we started collecting the aircraft you see in this building in 1962. It started in a shoebox, and then it started in a tea chest, and it went to bigger cupboards. Then we ended up having garages and so forth. We now have gone to the largest aviation museum in Australia. We house 31 aircraft and a host of memorabilia.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Now, to get involved in this, what is your military background experience?
My military background is Air Force, of course. I've done 22 years Air Force so far. And you have to have some kind of background in aviation, otherwise you can't run an aviation museum.
Yeah, that makes it difficult, doesn't it? So for all you people out here that want to do that, don't do it unless you have a background. Now, like you said, now there's a lot of things here to see. There's helicopters and what have you. Can you speak a little bit about some of the things in here?
Yes, well, most of the things in this hangar, we got got two hangars which are housing the aircraft and other stuff we have. In this particular hangar is mostly West Australian history stuff. Aircraft that are housed in here have got a background in West Australia, because West Australia, you may not know, had the first airline in Australia. Qantas was second, not first in Australia. Qantas,
a lot of people don't know that.
I know they don't know that. I had to set Qantas straight myself. But yes, I was flying back from New Zealand and I had to fix them up. But anyhow, so most of the aircraft in here have the background of history for West Australia. In the other hangar, it's explained like the Junkers here. It was that crashed up in the Northern Territory. The two blokes got lost in 1936 and are found by Aboriginals. Over the back there is a Tiger Moth, which aircraft was flying at Cunderdin and it's built in England. It was then sold to David Gray's, the old chemical people, and it was doing crop spraying. The air culture there is a Wacket, and that was made into the first crop master. So it's a KS3. KS1 and 2 crashed and burned. KS3 is the last one that's here in existence. So it's a very important aircraft. We have an Oster there, and at the back we have a Moth Miner, and so it goes on and on.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff here. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff for everybody to see. And to run a museum like this, I mean, obviously you have to have sponsors. Who's sponsoring you guys at the moment?
Well, unfortunately, this is the hard part. No one sponsors us. Well, the Royal Australian Air Force Association owns this museum, and I work for the Royal Australian Air Force Association. But as far as sponsorship is concerned, it's very hard to get sponsorship. But we do have people that come along, like certain the club here and the association have different branches, so they help out. The association itself backs the museum to the hilt for any extra money we require. But the museum itself, we're trying to make it self-funding. So whatever comes through the door, whatever we sell in the shop, is absolutely trying to make the museum pay.
So you guys would have quite a few volunteers then. How many volunteers would you have to do something like this?
We have 263 volunteers who work in this museum, but we have different sections which they work in. We have guides, we have shop attendants, we have people who do the maintenance in the museum itself, we have people that work in the workshop down below and restore the aircraft and the engines, we have people that work in our photographic section, library, display team, and so it goes on and on.
Wow, yes it would. Now, as far as the history goes on some of these materials, and some of the stuff is just priceless, you can just tell. The history background, who covers that? Who gets that together for you guys?
Okay, we do it ourselves. All the people that work here are quite understandably have aviation backgrounds, and we have certain people working in different areas which are very, very skilled in what they do as far as research. So everything we bring in here comes in, it's recorded, and then it goes to the people. We ask the people who bring it in what information they can give it to us for, and then we put that all on computer. So we have 8 computers which house and store all the information about this museum.
Okay, then now, I mean, they've seen so many things in here. What would be probably one of the most memorable things that has been brought into your museum that you just got shivers when it came in?
Well, unfortunately, everything we get here is, as far as me being curator of the museum, everything here it's got its own special meaning and special place. You know, there's just not one thing you can say is absolutely the tops. It's not. We got a Lancaster here, which is the only one. We got a Lancaster here that's anyone left in Australia now. Wow. As Chief of George and Canberra is off display. So we're very proud of having that. There's only 12 left in the world, and it's quite valuable to us. But we also have a C-47 at Canberra. We have a Vampire. We have 2 Tiger Moths. Just the list just goes on and on. But as far as rarity is concerned, we got a Sainsbury Gull hanging from the roof. There's only 2 in the world. One here and one in England.
Now, Al, earlier you mentioned the fact that not Qantas, but there was another airline in Western Australia that started before Qantas, and that seems to be another good story. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we're standing next to a Bristol Tourer, which belonged to West Australian Airways Limited. They actually were flying from August 1921, 11 months before Qantas. Wow. And they were flying from here up doing our north. They could only carry the mail, though, from Geraldton upwards, because the Rower line had the contract to carry the mail from Perth to Geraldton. But then they carried passengers and so forth. And also they said the sign on here says Royal Mail. But they were operating 11 months before Qantas, yes.
Wow, a lot of people don't know that, including myself, so I've learned something today.
Yeah, we're still here at Access 31's second birthday, having a great time, and I'm just about to walk up and I'll speak to the chairman. Excuse me. How you going there, Andrew?
Not too bad at all.
What's coming up for 31 in the future?
Goodness me, I wouldn't know where to start. How long's balls and all these days?
We're never giving up.
No, look, it's an incredible story. There's just so much happening at the moment. We're looking at rolling out the service to regional Western Australia. We're looking at setting up a national network for other 31s around the country in Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Melbourne. The continued growth in programming and things is going to see renewed vigour in content on 31. The services that we're going to be providing as well to the community will be extended way beyond what they are at the moment. So, it's a difficult one and one that would take a long time to answer.
That's great. Now, 2 years ago, did you ever think that 31 would be as successful as I suppose it is today?
I had very high hopes for 31, and I think we've very much surpassed those. I think the fact that last year when we did our first independent survey, and we found that we had about 160,000 people tuning in each week, and that has now grown to, with the new survey results just out only the other day, to around about 240,000. It's fantastic and beyond our expectations. So we're very, very pleased. And obviously balls and all have been a very big part of that from day one, and have been with us from the very start. So, those sorts of programs are the sorts of things that have done very, very well for 31.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time, Andrew, and we'll be happy to see you next year.
Yep. Thank you to balls and all.
No worries. We're just going to go to a break.
Now I'm going to stick around here and try to talk to somebody. Now, we've got the beautiful, the lovely Francine here. How you doing, Francine?
Fine.
We love you, Francine. Now, Francine, what do you think of this gala event? 2 years, Channel 31, Access 31.
Oh, it's been really interesting times, Wayne, and you've been with them as well. But it's time for us to settle down and for the community to participate and create some funding opportunities. That'll be good too. And let us get a really stable base together so we can keep on growing.
Well, speaking of keeping on going, you must have been keeping on going about 9 months ago, because in another 2 weeks, there's going to be another little baby on the way. Now, everybody, I want y'all to clap at home. Clap at home. Yeah. Now, Francine, how are you feeling? Because a lot of people want to know, how's the progress? How's the baby doing? Any tumbles, any rolls you want to talk about?
Oh, I think it's going to be a swimmer. Yeah, it's got a good kick on it. Yeah, so, yeah, but I've been excellent. It's very easy. Natural thing.
Excellent. Now, I know your mom is very excited. She's going to be a grandmother for the first time, so.
Happy grandmothering, Kate. I hope you love it.
All right, then. Well, we're going to move on. Thanks a lot, Francine, and we wish you every success.
And best of luck to balls and all. Balls and all, yeah.
Yeah. Now, we're going to go on to a story that Moose did with Bob Welsh, and he's the head of the West Australian Sporting Federation.
Hi everybody, it's Moose here, and we've just come over to the Sports Lottery House, and I'm pleased to catch up with our old friend Bob Welch. Hi Bob, how are you?
Moose, I'm well. Good to see you again.
Good. Now tell us, WA Sports Federation, what's happening in it at the moment?
Quite a number of things, Moose. We haven't really stopped since towards the end of last year with first of all our ANZ Sports Star Awards. Took a lot of time in the early part of the year. More recently, of course, with the election, and now we're looking at the outcome of the election and the implementation of the new government's policies, or just what that means for sport. And also we've just last week had the announcement on the Machinery of Government Task Force review, and Sport and Recreation, we're very happy to say, remains as a major department within the government system. And of course the other big area is the Physical Activity Task Force. That's currently underway, looking at a whole range of opportunities of improving and increasing physical activity, and across all government departments, how government can implement that.
Just talking about the physical activity, the segment there, what are you looking at doing there?
Well, at this stage we're just working on two of 4 working parties that are looking at trying to work out strategies for the government to increase physical activity. There's an overall task force that's got 11 members from a number of government departments, including health, education, our own sport and recreation, and a number of other agencies, to put in place a total across government strategy that Cabinet can then pick up and run with to look at improving physical activity. Our goal is to go from the current 58% of the adult population to 63% of the adult population within the next 10 years.
And does that mean trying to get adult population more involved in physical activity? Is that what you mean?
It does. There's obviously two things. It's getting those who are moderately involved in physical activity more involved, but the more important task is to get those 48% of people who have no physical activity registered at all, to get them involved so that we can get more people out there involved in recreational pursuits and in sporting activities.
Yeah, now we've seen a lot of the elderly getting more involved, and we've been pushing that a lot. And with the youth now, something that I've noticed is like schools, in a lot of schools, year 11 and 12 is no longer compulsory to do sports. How do you feel about that?
Well, we're pretty disappointed because certainly you're right, physical education is not a compulsory unit. It's not a TE unit in years 11 and 12. So it takes a lot of the focus off as far as the high school is concerned. Our major concern though is the lack of what we call quality physical education in the primary schools. At least in the secondary schools there are phys ed departments and phys ed specialists who can run a whole range of programs for the kids, but it's those who are already involved that are staying involved at high school level. They're learning their attitudes at a primary level, and unless there's a principal that's got a physical activity focus, and there's teachers in the school system who don't mind actually getting the kids physically active as opposed to teaching it from behind a classroom desk, then it's difficult to get a broad understanding and a broad acceptance of physical activity in the primary school system.
Yeah, because it's something I've always been concerned about considering in other countries. It's the like the high school football team or the high school cricket or high school whatever, where they compete a lot against each other, but that seems to be almost dead. And it'd be good to see maybe the group that's getting together to have a look at this to see if something can be done about that.
Yeah, well certainly the school sporting organisations, they're doing a lot of work to improve and increase the amount of inter-school sporting competitions, and that is certainly pretty well alive and well. And it's interesting that we talk about the time involved, but I've been to many school graduations, and you see where the ducks of the class and the ducks of the school and the high achievers academically are also the high achievers in sport. They're the school captain, the cricket team, swimming team, representing the school in a whole variety of sports. So there is adequate evidence out there across the board that shows that improvement or increased physical activity does go hand in hand with a better ability to handle the schoolwork. So our prime aim at the moment is to firstly get a focus on physical education in the primary school system, and then work at ways and means of getting the community more involved in encouraging that to happen at a primary and local level.
Now, if someone here in the West Australian Sports Federation, you got like something like 110 different organisations. Is that right?
That's 112, 122 members at the moment. Yeah.
Now, do we see many upcoming developments that would be interesting for the public to know about? Like, has anyone reported of any national or international events that might be happening?
There's a number of things occurring towards the end of this year in major events. Depending on the different sports that are running those, of course, the major ones that have been there for some time now, of course, Rally Australia is coming up towards the end of the year. There's the Rugby Union Test coming up towards the middle of the year. They're the major events that are happening for this year. A lot of sports have got their national championships happening in Western Australia. Of course, we have the usual run of state championships of the winter sports coming up towards the end of the winter, obviously in a couple of months' time. But apart from that, the state associations themselves are pretty well active out there, just helping their club systems cope with what they're doing already.
Yeah, well, I know all about that. Now, tell me, if someone out there is involved in a particular sport, any kind of sport really, and they'd like to know how to get involved with the West Australian Sports Federation to see what they can either do for you or you do for them, how do they go about that?
Well, it's fairly easy. They could always give me a call just in the office here, 9387 8100, for those who might be interested in furthering their career in sport. As I said, our members of the state associations, so most of the contact we have with the public is through their local sports associations. But apart from that, most of the things that we do is run a number of programs with the Sport and Recreation WA, with the government department, on education of people, volunteers primarily in sports organisations, and always happy to talk about those too.
And we certainly know how important the volunteers are. There's a lot of different organisations out there always looking for volunteers. So now people want to know, obviously the first person they should talk to is of course their chairman or whatever in their particular committees, or failing that, if they may be a chairman of an organisation that might not be in the Sports Federation, they can give that number a call and have a chat with you?
That's right, yes. Always happy to talk to people who might be interested in joining up in the organisation. The main thing I think is if you're out there and not involved in any form of physical activity, whether it be and you want to get involved in either a sport or just recreational pursuits, then the two prime calls would either be the local club of the sport you're interested in, or the local government authority.
Local council,
the
whatever.
Local council,
yeah.
yes. Some of the councils have recreation officers that can help people get in touch with the activity or the area they want to get involved with.
Okay, well thanks a lot for talking to us again,
Hi,
Bob. It's
welcome,
always
Liz.
good to catch up with
Hello.
you. And don't forget too, if you're out there and you want to know what's going on in your local areas, we always say one good way is to watch Balls and All. We always give you the phone numbers of the different organisations or places we're at. And of course another way, as Bob just mentioned, of course contact your local council is one of the best ways usually, because they'll tell you what's going on in your area and there might be a lot to get involved with. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I want to say a big thanks to Bob Welch and everyone at the West Australian Sports Federation. Well, here we are down on the bottom floor. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello.
Tell us your name.
Alexandra.
Alexandra, and you having a good time?
Yes, with my boyfriend here. Sorry.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, Zor.
What's your name?
Zoran.
Zora, having a good time?
Yeah, I am.
Very Zorro, is it?
Yeah, Zora.
There we go. Have a good time, mate. Have a good time.
Good night.
He's already wearing black too, just like the real Zorro. Well done, mate. Well done. Okay, here we are down in the big crowd, and we're wandering through the big crowd. You can see they're all here getting ready. Here's Mr. Mark Carter. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Balls and all. What can I
Balls
say?
and all. How's
Oh, yeah,
everything
mate,
going
good,
at
mate.
Access 31?
Fantastic, mate. And thanks to you guys and the public at large. Fantastic, great show here. You enjoying yourselves?
We're almost like twins, you know.
Well, hang on, mate.
We could sing that song Sisters, but we're not.
I've dropped some, buddy. I'm trying to get like Wayne.
Where did you drop
Same
it?
colour, wrong size.
Yeah, you've dropped it, but the same. It's stuck in the same place as mine,
Well, I
mate.
see you wearing black, mate. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Going okay?
Yeah, good, mate.
Good on you, mate.
How's everything going tonight?
Yeah, very good, very good. Everybody's turnout. We've had a good turnout, and I think it's been well worth the effort put in by everybody. And we got to thank you guys too for your support.
And 2 years. 2 years.
2 years, man. This is show number 2. If this is what we can do for number 2, imagine what's going to happen. Stick with us.
Fantastic. And it's only going to be a few months away till Balls and All have our second as well. Absolutely. Take care, Mark.
Thanks, my friend. All the very best to you. Keep the good work up.
All the best. Okay, let's keep wandering through a little bit here. Let's just chat. This guy here is trying to wander away. How you going, Mark?
No.
Not another Mark.
The inaugural
How you
yeah.
going, mate? Good, mate. Yeah. How's everything happening with you?
Oh, sweet. Everything's good.
And you having a good night so far?
Yeah, so far.
And what do you like about Access? He's going to buy you a drink. I won't say it on camera, but it's a Southern Comfort Cup. Okay, take care, Mark. Okay, we're still wandering through. So I've been asked to come back. Hello, darling. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
And we've seen your makeup, and you've been busy tonight, haven't you?
Very busy, yes.
And of course, when you have someone as good looking as other presenters on other shows, you don't need makeup, do you?
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Of course, we do on this show, but hey, we're not. We don't. We're
her best. Yes.
Yeah. You can't be a miracle worker, can you?
I can. Anytime.
You can.
Yes.
Now, if someone wants to get in touch and want to do some makeup, let's give you a quick plug. How do they do it?
Well, they can.
That put you on the bloody spot, didn't it?
Yes.
Contact Access 31, say I want that gorgeous lady who does makeup, and Vesna. There you go.
Yes.
Beautiful called Vesna.
There you go. So that's how you do it. Thanks, Vesna. All right, look, thanks a lot to Bob Welch, everyone at the West Australian Sports Federation. Hope to be giving you more updates as time goes on. We're still wandering around here through the crowd, but we're going to be back after this break.
Now, I'm here talking to my good friend Warren, who is actually down here at the Access 31 second year anniversary. Now, Warren, I'm just going to ask you a simple question. If I have $2,000 and I take away $500, plus I have $70. No, just kidding. How you doing, Warren?
Oh, fine. Really good, Wayne. How are you?
Very good. Now, Warren, if you want to tell us a little bit about the meaning of life.
Meaning of life, lots of good...
All right, thanks a lot, and bye-bye. No, just kidding. Now, Warren, you recently got married, and you want to tell us about you lived in Asia for a while. How was that?
That was pretty good. It was a new experience, but it's good to be back in Australia.
Yeah, actually, Warren is the guy that sold me my car, and it's still going, so I just want to say that this guy looked after me.
Your car's still going. That's excellent, Wayne. I thought it would have broken. I mean...
It's already set me up to break it down by now. Now, yes, now, you're living here. You're back here in Perth. You lived here 30 years, left, came back. Now, how are you finding the Perth experience the second time around?
Perfect experience is twice as good as the first time around. I'm looking to the third time around now.
All right, then. Now, looking at Channel 31, I mean, how did you get involved with Channel 31? Did you have, like, friends on the show or anything? Or?
Oh, yeah, I knew a guy by the name of Wayne Simmons.
Oh, funny you should mention that.
Yeah, I thought you might know him yourself, actually.
I've seen that bloke around before. Nice guy. And, yeah, now that you're back, along with some of your other activities like dog smuggling and underwater pencil sharpening, what else are you going to do while you're back?
Well, I can't really tell you because it's all very secretive at the moment, but if you talk to Wayne Simmons, he'll give you some clue, you know.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Warren. Thanks for looking out for us. And it's good to see you back. And now that you're here, I'm going to stay away from orange juice. But you kiddies, you still drink orange juice, and milk is important. Now we're going to go to Star Mites Gymnastics, and you won't believe who did it. Moose did it.
Hi, everybody. Now I'm talking to Joe Richards, who is the Alana Slater's coach, and Joe's we're calling her the Coach of the Year right here in Bolsonaro because her student, her pupil or whatever, Alana is actually the number one lady around this particular sport here in gymnastics. Is that correct?
Yes, she's the national champion.
Now, how long? Let's talk about you a little bit first. Now, what's your background with gymnastics?
Oh, I have a PhD in biomechanics, in sports biomechanics, so that's my science background. And I was also a gymnast myself for many years, so moulding the two together makes for a good recipe for a coach, I think.
Now, what's something you look for? Because obviously for you to be a coach, I don't know how it works. Do they actually choose you, or do you say, look, that's a person I'd really like to coach? Is that how it works?
Well, at WACE, we choose the gymnasts, and someone like Alana has been at WACE since she was 6 years old, and she's 17 now, so she is a product of our coaching system.
Now, what's something that you, like, obviously you're with your background and all that, you look at someone, and what's the first thing you look at starting to correct that people might, like young girls and young guys in this, might start off wrong with?
The most important thing is posture. So teaching the girls just to even stand up straight, present themselves well, and maintain a very good body position, and that'll save them from firstly being injured and also look really nice when they're doing their gymnastics.
Because that's really your prime concern to start off with. Obviously you want them to be gold medal winners and all that type of stuff, but really as a good coach, obviously your first priority is their safety. Obviously that's correct, isn't it?
Definitely. Number one thing is the health of the athlete, because if they're not healthy then they're not doing gymnastics anyway.
That's right.
So we work really hard at WACE to maintain injury-free athletes.
Now in WACE, we were actually there yesterday, we noticed that you've got the bicycles and you've got all kinds of different equipment in there, and then all these metering equipment. Do you put your, like Alana, all through all that stuff?
Well, we do more weight-supported strength development, but she does do free weights and the different systems to help her, and she'll do them in the off-season, and then as we get closer to competitions she becomes more specific with her training on the actual gymnastics apparatus.
All right, and talking about training, obviously something that's never ceased to amaze me, the people who go to the Olympics or go to these major competitions, is in a lot of ways they kind of put their life on hold because they're training so hard. Like what's Alana's training schedule like?
Well, Alana would train about 35 hours a week, but I think it's more of a life choice rather than putting your life on hold. She's chosen gymnastics, and that's taken her all over the world, meeting the most amazing people and doing amazing things for a 17-year-old. So it's really just a matter of choice, and she has an alternative lifestyle. She trains a lot. She's very healthy. She still goes to school. So there's a lot of things that are pretty normal about it, but her outside involvement in gymnastics is certainly a bit different.
Yeah, okay, so she's training what, like two times a day or once a day and so many times a week and all that kind of
4
stuff?
days a week she'll train twice a day, so that's about 7 hours. And then 2 times a week she'll train once a day for about 4 hours, and she has Sundays off to just be a normal kid.
That's right. Now, what is her future? Because something I've noticed with gymnastics is once they start getting around her age, a lot of the girls, because of their physical, the way their body's developed and whatever, they start pulling out of this and maybe go into coaching. So what, is that like her future, would you say?
No, not necessarily. She'll be around for a while yet. She's 17 and she's got her sights set on Athens in 2004 and maybe even beyond. So it really depends on how well your body stands up. And she's got an exceptional body composition, so she should stay in the sport for a while yet.
Fantastic. Now, what would you, as the coach of the year, what would you say to some of the people, like the parents out there, for instance, when they're looking at putting their young boys and young girls into gymnastics? What would be something that would be good advice for them to know about?
Keep it all in perspective, that gymnastics is a very healthy sport, and I think it's had some bad publicity and wives' tales told about it in the past, but the coaches involved are all very professional. We are trained for a very long time to coach at this level, so it's to trust the coaches that they're doing the right things with your children and just be patient.
Yeah, so, okay, well that's good advice. And what age should young guys and young girls actually start being? Like, we spoke to a young girl here who's been doing it since she was 1. Yes. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. Children can start in gymnastics programs as soon as they can sit, basically. Movement is so good for them, and then they can go into a proper preschool gymnastics program at the age of 2 or 3, and then into a proper training program at the age of 6 or 7. So there's a level of gymnastics for everybody.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for having a chat with us here, and of course thanks to Weiss, who have been out there for so many of the athletes we've come across here on Bulls and All, and we hope that we see Alana there holding the gold and you standing right beside her there in the next big one.
Yes, let's hope so. Thanks.
All right, I guess we're waving. All right, now I'm here with it. Now, not so young, but when he was young, a great superstar in basketball, John here, who I coached when he was under 14, which I'm kind of giving away my age here. How you doing, John?
Good, man. You're still my hero.
Oh, thank you. And your check's in the mail. Now, also, if you could tell us a little bit about when you're under 14 and how you went to high school in the States.
Okay. Yeah, I went to high school in the States. Before I left, this guy coached me, and he used to hurt me. He used to physically hurt me at training. And he used to hurt every one of us, all right? But he's still a legend.
Well, I must have done it well because I only blew out the blue whip. But anyway, we want to thank you now for coming out. And you're looking well these days, young man.
You too, man. You're still good looking as ever.
Thank you. That's some extra money there. Now, we're just going to roll through here.
Hi, Wayne. All right.
How the heck are you?
Let's just grab people. How you going, mate?
How's it going? Yeah, not too
What's
bad.
your name?
Glenn.
And what's your favourite sport?
Sport? Probably rugby.
Rugby?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Rugby's good. I like rugby.
And what is it about rugby you like?
Well, when someone on the other team is pissing you off, you got to hit them back. That's good, and it's part of the game as well, you know. So it's all right.
And it's all go. It's all action. All right, thanks for talking to us. All right, mate. All right, how you going, boys?
I'm good, mate.
What's your name?
Jez.
Jez, what brought you here tonight?
Yeah, the free entry.
And what about you?
It was free.
But you had to pay.
Sort of. I had to drive.
Yeah, right. See, unfortunately, you got to pay. So are they all buying you drinks all night?
No.
Because you don't drink and drive, do we, boys?
Yeah, not at all.
Thanks for being on the show.
Hello, I'm here with Snags, and we're still at this gala event. How you doing, Snags?
Good, man. Good, man. What's happening?
Nothing much. We're just cruising around, talking to people. So how you been enjoying the night so far?
Yeah, it's not bad, man. Not bad.
And having a good night? Yeah. All right, now, I think you're talking to somebody else over here who was instrumental in getting you on. And you had to get them on. What's the reason for that?
Because I'm a nice person. I'm a nice person and I want to help out my friends, so...
Well, Snag, she's looking after you. Now, is there anybody you want to say hello to?
All the Freo boys and all the Perth boys.
Well, good on you, and have a good evening.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, mate.
Can I say hello to all the Serbian community out there? Cheers.
Hello, darling. How are you?
How are you? Good.
Oh, girl.
What brought you here tonight?
Oh, my daughter, because she does volunteer work at Access, and she wanted to come along and...
Oh, good. And how's she going so far?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Let's give her a plug. First of all, what's your name?
My name's Judy.
And your daughter's name?
Misha.
Misha. Is she enjoying herself?
She loves it, yeah.
Good. And how do you like community television?
Oh, I think it's a good concept, yeah.
It's good for people. Thanks for talking to us. Okay, well, as we wander through, I don't know where Wayne's gone. Hello, how are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
Good, and what brought you here tonight?
Just a bit involved with Channel 31, but I thought I'd bring a few of the friends down to see how they like.
We've seen you on the station a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, that's right.
That's right. You thought you'd forgotten it then.
And are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. It's a great night. I've just lost my voice from screaming so much, that's all.
You just what, sorry?
I've lost my voice from screaming so much.
See, I had to ask her. And you enjoying it?
It's a great night. It's honestly, it's very good, and everyone should come down. It's really enjoyable. So, got a few friends here. There's a whole group of them all there. So, I'm sure they'd like to get on.
So they didn't really come to watch the show. They all came to be with you.
It's all of us, really.
I'm here with Miss Poppy. How you doing?
I'm just fine, just fine.
Well, we know you're fine, but we're just trying to find out how you're doing. Now, anyway. Yes, now you're an entertainer. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
I sing in the streets of the city of Perth, dress outrageously, and I sing opera, gospel, and contemporary ballads. And I make a reasonable living doing that.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
And who's this strapping fella here? What's your name?
Paul. Paul.
How you going, Paul? And your name?
Mario.
You guys having a good time tonight?
Great time, mate. Great time. Yep.
And you like Access the television, the whole concept?
Yeah, it's good. My friends actually works on, has a show on Access 31, so we're kind of here.
Well, let's give it a plug. What is it?
Looking Glass.
Okay, and what's that all about? I haven't caught it, unfortunately. I don't really watch TV. I hate TV. I'm joking.
It's basically, it shows a lot of short films and documentaries that are produced here locally in Perth.
Fantastic.
So, there's no show on TV that actually shows local productions, so it's good to see a show that actually does
Excellent.
that.
And is that going right now?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll find out about that. Thanks for talking to us.
Your name is?
Hi, I'm Shirley.
How you doing tonight?
I'm very good, thank you.
And are you enjoying the celebrations for Channel 31, Access 31?
It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, actually, it looks like a lot of people are trying to have access to you, so I better get out of the way. But thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're still wandering through the crowd. How you going, mate?
I'm very well indeed, and yourself?
Good, good. What's your name?
I'm Marty Helene.
Marty Helene. And they're all leaving. They're rushing away from us, Marty. I have that effect. Is that what it is?
So, no, my wife. Sorry, no, I'm not married. No, I'm engaged to be married, though.
Oh, really? When's the big day?
Big day is sometime in January.
Fantastic. 17th, I feel.
The 17th? No, yes. Finn Chewy tells me the 12th.
The 12th.
The 12th.
So 5 days late.
5 days? Yeah.
I picked 5 days late.
You're 5 days late. And I'm marrying one of the most magnificent restaurateurs.
Let's put her on. Which one is she?
Linda Mead.
Hello, Linda. Oh, hi, Linda. How are you? How are you?
Good, thank
And
you.
you're actually going to marry him, are you?
I sure am.
Congratulations on the 12th of, I've said that for you, 12th, by the way.
12th of January.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Is he a good bloke or what? Have to keep him in line?
No,
Is he a good cook?
He has to keep me in line. He's a great cook.
Oh, he has to keep you in line. Can he wash dishes and stuff like that? Because I always wash dishes.
No, but he can cook.
All right. Well, we can all lie on TV. No one knows. Thanks for talking to us.
Welcome. Bye.
Okay, now wandering along, we get to bump into all kinds of people here at the right down here, and there's even a couple Goonie guys standing here having a bit of fun. All right, boys, that's enough. That's enough, you guys.
Sorry, we didn't know he was on camera.
Well, right here we are. Well, boys, what do you think of the night?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
And we had a great time, and you? So anyway,
Thanks.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been good coming down here and seeing all the stuff that goes on.
Nice hair.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
And don't forget, every Monday night, right here on Access 31, we want to say a big happy birthday. We know it's belated to Gordo. Gordo,
Happy birthday, Gordo. Legend, mate.
And a big hi to everybody. And we hope you enjoyed the motorbike show last week from the...
What's up?
What's
All right, well, everyone, hey, what was that? There you go. All right, every Monday night right here in Access 31. It's over. The name of the show is
Balls and All.
And we're going to catch you next Monday. Don't forget we repeated Saturday at 4. Isn't that right?
Spot on, mate. Flick Tea's 8 o'clock. Saturday's 8:30.
And you're on Tuesday night. That's when they get it fresh.
Exactly. Tuesday 8 o'clock. Fresh off the press.
And just before we go, Soft Fruit. It's an Australian movie.
I have. It's a classic. Do you like that one? I loved it. Yeah, definitely. On video, catch it.
All right. Catch you next week. Take care.
Also, I would like to thank the following sponsors. We are looking for more people to help us in the producing of this program so we can let others know about your sports and leisure.